G'day fishers, Darren from Adventure Primal, doing another video today. So come out to one of the channels in Moreton Bay. Oh, there we go. Somewhere new for a new spot. Now you see Scott's not here today, but I've come out with Michael. And he's already pulled in a little hairtail. So we're going to try a new spot, or new spot for me anyway, and work out how to, or what we should be trying to fish, how to fish, what sort of style, and learn a new place. All right, what do you? So Michael, you've come out here a few times. What's the sort of techniques are you going to be using, and what are you expecting to catch out here?
Well, being snapper season is closed at the moment, I hopefully catch a few sweetlet or maybe a cod. Just run a. Yeah.
So you got
run a ball sinker, just down to a trace, a snell hook.
Snell hooks, chunk of
bait at the moment.
Bait there.
Waste a bit of bait until we start getting on. So use a bit of weight for the current.
Oh, I've got something on mine. Yeah, keep going. Get to that later.
Yeah. Just to adjust the weight to the current.
Just to show you guys, I've got just a jig out at the moment and something's attacking it, so I'll come back to that later. Probably one of those hairtails. Something small anyway. But yeah, alright, so you just gotta
drifting over a bit of coffee rock, find a bit of good ground, and we find a bit, we just keep re-drifting over that same piece, and see if we can catch a fish.
Right. So basically just a standard bait setup for you.
Basic for me, yes.
Yep.
Same as I've been taught from my grandfather when I was little. I pretty well haven't changed my rig since then. I use the same rigs for whiting as I do for drifting out here at the channel.
Nice. Alright, I might just see what. Well, I'm doing a jig, a micro jig session. So while Michael's bait fishing, I'm going to try. Oh, hang on, there's something heavy on here. I'm going to try something on a jig instead. It feels like a rock. So I'll come back. You just hold that while I pull it in. Keep filming. It has to be a rock or something. No. Sideways. Hairtail.
Already rigged up.
To leave it out as a livey.
Yeah.
Do that. Anyway, there's a couple of these around at the moment. Thanks, sir. Get that out of the way. So yeah, I wasn't even jigging in. I've got on an auto jig. Conditions aren't the best. They're not bad, I'm saying, but it's a bit rocky here, so I put the micro jig on auto jig mode, which I just put it in the holder, and I'll let it do its job for now. One thing I've done is I've done a course recently with the Ryan Moody's sounder course, Sounder Skills 2, and I am putting into practice some of the things I learned on there by adjusting the brightness and the contrast to see the bottom a bit better. This is for the down view. I've also zoomed in and done bottom lock, so I'm only getting the bottom at the moment rather than the whole water column. And we can start seeing things. There's not much to see, but when something does come through, we've only got that bottom 2 meters now, so it's showing up things really nicely. come back later when there is something to see here. But if you set up your sounder, give you good contrast and drop down the brightness a little bit, you'll be able to see a lot of things coming through. I think this is a bit of an error with the reader at the moment, but it shouldn't be something showing like that. It should be flat with schools of fish coming through. So just adjusting the brightness till it looks easy to read. Oh, that was contrast. Contrast should be up. Brightness should be down a little bit. I've got bottom lock on. That's basically the setup for that one for the moment. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We want to see some, we've got a bit of...
Yeah, so just any sort of structure, rubble.
It's going up and down, drop off. There's a nice drop off there.
Yeah, there's all the like any sort of ground like that hanging off the back of the...
So what's going to be there, like?
Cod, grass, like grassy sweet lip, maybe grunter.
Alright. Obviously, yeah, they're just going to be sitting in there out of the current, or?
Yeah.
Which way?
Just rummaging through, just travelling through the coffee rock, so not actually just sitting at one spot.
Alright, so it's a coffee rock bottom?
Yes.
It's up and down here, so oh, that's a big pinnacle there. Yeah. Did you want to sit? So what we're going to now, we're definitely going to be floating north because of the tide and the wind's going out that way.
If we sit on it and have a bit of a drift and just have a drift over it, if we come across a spot, we get a bit more action than normal. We can spot lock that spot.
Did you want to go back in that hole?
Yeah, I think we go back and just then drift up over that top of that. Yeah.
See what happens there. See if we pick up something little.
Anything's possible.
Well, that's it, eh? Never know what you're going to get. That's why I'm throwing out this big fella, in case something large decides to come along. It's just a floater. Is it a yakka or a slimy or whatever you call them? Wouldn't even mind if it's just a shark, as I was saying before. One of my favourite eating things these days. Nice.
Acquired the taste for shark myself.
Nice 1.5 metre sort of size.
One per person, 2 per boat.
Yeah. Floaters out. Drag it along the bottom. Any snags that way though? Being coffee rock bottom?
No, so occasionally you can get, it's everywhere you can get a bit of a snag. Sometimes the current out here it drifts and lifts the line up too much out of the water, so I'd like to keep, I'll wind it back in and then re-drop it down just to go back down with the current again.
There's this fancy little box. Let's have a look at it while we're waiting. What have you done here?
Secret weapon.
Talk about that one later.
It's just my basic box that I keep my rigs in. I pre-make before I head out.
Plenty of rigs there.
Just got a slip down the middle. I'll just shove the washer and the swivel in there. Just round it up. Keeps it nice and tidy, ready to go. Save you mucking around in the boat when if they get on. And I'll set up the...
Yeah, what I like is this little wooden contraption.
A bit of timber keeps it from unspooling. Then you can just pull out the leader you want, whatever one you want. Pull it the size, cut it, it keeps it tidy. So it's getting dirty, you can redo it. It's just obviously a bit of a storage box as well.
Very little handy thing. I think you should market this. It's
That's not my idea.
not your idea?
No, I saw a guy had one with an ice cream bucket, the same sort of thing, but I just sort of try to make it less. I tried to do it in this one, but they end up getting tangled up, so I've built the timber piece in there just to keep them all under control in the box. So.
Yeah, so I like this idea, as you're saying. So you've made a little hole in the side.
Yep.
And you just pull out what you need of your leader at the time.
Yep.
Cut it off close. She's ready to go for next time.
Yep. Nice and simple.
All labelled, professionally labelled, I can see.
Professionally. My son wrote it.
Yeah, I like that idea. Alright, so I meant to talk about this little fancy lure you've got here.
It's a bit of homemade gear, just a bit of fun with my 10-year-old son, trying to catch something that we've created. It may look like a toadfish, but I was trying to simulate a winter whiting as the length, like going through the water with the reflective bib.
I think you're dragging on the bottom there.
So yeah, no, it's got I originally had it on the front. Obviously didn't work, so I've had to put it back on the bib, which gives it a good deep swimming action. I've actually got a sinker drilled inside to weight it down so it will swim properly. One day when I see a school of something floating around, I'll troll it around to see if it survives.
Has it caught something?
No, not yet. Weed.
Weed? That's something?
Yeah.
At least you know it's getting down to the bottom.
Yeah, exactly right.
And doing something.
Yeah, it keeps me son occupied, and yeah.
Bit of artwork. You've even got this.
Yeah, no, I found a bit of gear in the garage and just put it on the top and just
Scaly look.
Yeah, a bit of a spray. Yeah.
Oh, that's one.
I'd love to make more, but it's just time not always on your side. So.
That's it. Nice. Well, hopefully today we can pull it out as we see a school of something come past us. Yeah. Pull it out, have it ready. Bit of rig change here going on.
Still use the same knot that my granddad taught me.
I think the half blood, is it?
Yeah, and I'll take it back through there and to give it that bit of extra. Yeah, it just never fails. It's just one of those little knots that.
Alright, so you've changed rigs and you've gone to a
Oscar style
with a bit of bling going on.
Bit of bling.
So that's trying to flash. Attract something. So the idea the fish would see something sparkling, come over to it, and then go, oh, this is a slab of meat. I'll take it, is it?
Better than we thought.
That's the plan. Alright.
Keeps it off the bottom a little bit, so it's
Alright, that brings us to the end of another video. Can't say we had too much luck.
None at all.
It's great conditions though. Look out here. The wind's dropped down to, must be under 5 knots, if not 0. It's a slight breeze, but it's good to be out here. Nice and warm. No wind, no swell, nothing. It's good.
Yeah.
I think the fish also realised that it was too good to be biting. Well, yeah, so what did we learn today?
Learn if the boat ramp's empty, you stay at home.
There wasn't many boats, but not at 5 when we were there, but
yeah.
When we get back, it could be lights. It's a quick clean up today. No fish to clean. Nothing. No, that just means we've got to keep trying as well. So we'll keep trying to work out what the magic formula is, so we can tell you one day.
And me.
Don't go fishing when there's nice conditions. That's probably what we learned. You have to come out when it's bad conditions.
Enjoy the day.
All right. Till next time, eh? See you then.